All right, good evening. For those of you who were at our earlier presentation, welcome back. For those of you who are joining us for the high school Hockey Academy information session, welcome. I'm Ryan Hughes, principal of Churchill High School. I want to thank you for taking a bit of time this evening to join us. We're just reflecting on the success of this program so far, and it's all based on the hard work and vision that our staff have had here at the school. 6 years ago, we started with 20 students maybe in grade 7 program, and now we're at the point where we have students in grade 9, 10, 11, and even will be in grade 12 next year that are all getting credits attributed to their time in our Hockey Academy. So it's very happy that it's gone to that level here at the school. It's really become part of the culture here at Churchill High School. And I'm sure you're here to ask a few questions of our Hockey Academy staff. So at this time, I'm going to hand it over to the director of our Hockey Academy, Mr. Tim Friesen. So here's Tim.
Hi everyone, welcome here and welcome to the Churchill Hockey Academy. Most of you probably know who I am. Don't know if there's some guests invited here. But I'll take you through the program. I'm going to put on a PowerPoint right away so I keep myself on track and show you what the program looks like. Grade 9 and 10 looks very different from one another, but I will run through the programs for you and tell you a little bit about it. I'm not sure there's just grade 9 students here or grade 10, so I'll talk a little bit about both programs. So here I'll get my screen going and I will share my window with you in a second. Okay, so Churchill Hockey Academy High School program. So in the high school program, we're not on the ice as much as we were with in grade 7 and 8. And the program is really run by a few different people, but we're going to start with our academics. Churchill is a certified AP school. Mr. Nevis heads up this program. We have a strong academic staff in place for these students, so there's enrichment opportunities in both math and English. French milieu students will have a lot of time needed to attain their French language diploma, so their diploma is not a French immersion. They still can maintain the French milieu standings of 21 credits. And again, they have opportunity here for extracurricular and additional academic opportunities outside of it. Their schedule starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. So by the time they get back, they really don't miss much inside of here. They're back for B slot at school and they get to opt into as many courses as they want. Basketball, volleyball, and football programs are running, and they're more than welcome to join them. We have had students join those as well. And then we also offer intramurals for high school students as well. So the small school allows greater opportunities for students. Schools such as Calvin High School or Vince Massey would have like about 1,400 students at it. We have about 700, and about half of those are in middle years. So about the remainder, 350, 400 students are in the high school part of the programs, English and French. And so there has a lot of opportunities that you might not be able to experience if you're at a bigger school compared to when you're here at Churchill. So grade 9 on the academy side of things, now we're going to talk about the hockey piece. Grade 9 is by far the most important year of training. At the end of grade 9, the competition to play begins. This is because for Hockey Manitoba, or Hockey in Manitoba, not Hockey Manitoba, but Hockey in Manitoba, doesn't do a very good job of looking after grade 10 hockey players. So grade 10 are bottom of the barrel. It doesn't matter what league they're in. If they're in girls trying out for AAA, you're at the bottom. If you're in A1, A2, AA, AAA high school, it's all U18, U17, U16. So grade 10s are fighting all the time to get spots. And I know my kid has has been through that program or been through that. He's now in grade 11, but he's seen a lot of friends who have been playing AA or AAA who are now no longer playing hockey because they couldn't find a place for them to play. So the competition to play becomes really important. So I'm going to go through that a little bit here with you for the girls program, girls side of things, why it's important and why we think we can help you trying to get to levels of play that you want. So in girls hockey, at the end of grade 9, it's the first year AAA tryouts. There are 2 teams drafted, so there's 2 teams in the city. They're drafted. There's 30 skaters in total, and again, they're from grade 12, 11, and 10. So the fewest numbers are obviously going to be in grade 10. But did you know 9 of the 30 AAA players that are currently playing attended Churchill Hockey Academy, and there's a prep program, and the 2 big ones is Balmoral and St. Mary's, and 9 of those 30 attended Churchill Hockey Academy. So we have a student that the best place for them right now next year would be Balmoral Prep Hockey Program, and we are encouraging them. We've talked to the Balmoral Prep team, so we're trying to help them establish where they need to be. We want your child to be playing at the highest level possible, and if that's the place for them to be, then we want to help them meet those goals. In boys hockey, it's different. So this year, there was 9 AAA teams, and on top of that, there's a couple of programs playing in the Canadian Sports School Hockey League. And out of those 9 AAA teams in Winnipeg alone, there's about 20 people on a team, which made up about 180 players playing AAA this year. Out of those, approximately 120 of them were grade 9 students, and 60 of them are grade 8. Well, next year it changes drastically for them. After grade 9, it changes, and so we're trying to keep them at that level because a lot of those students, a lot of these 120, are going to not make AAA the year after. We probably say probably about 80 of those students are going to be cut from AAA. So we want to try to keep pushing them, and so the development opportunity at the academy is going to help that, because this is what it looks like. In grade 10, 11, and 12, there's 3 AAA teams. It's the U18, it's the elite program. And then there's 3 teams at AAA in the U17 for grade 10 and 11. And at the U18 level, there's probably about 15 kids are coming from grade 10. And grade 10 for the AAA for the U17 model is maybe 30 kids are coming out of grade 10. So that means a lot of kids are not playing AAA, which they once were. And so where do those players go? A lot of them go to high school or high school hockey because there just isn't the opportunity at AAA. AA hockey has fallen off quite a bit, and as a matter of fact, some places like St. Vital does not offer a program anymore. And there's other people talking about doing the same thing. And even at girls hockey, they're talking about whether they want to keep going with that model of AA at U18. But it's still in play right now. At boys hockey, at the end of grade 9, there's approximately 4 or 5, so that's what I was talking about there. There's about 10 per team. Rookies will be chosen from 9 AAA teams plus the Canadian Sports School Hockey League. So if some players have been to a program like RHA, a lot of the people pull out and go to U18 after that year. But also why it's important, it's for some students, it's the WHL draft year. We've been really fortunate the last couple of years, last 2 years, we've had 8 students drafted to the WHL. It's also the MJHL draft, so that's also why grade 9 is a really important year to be training. And so that's why we think it's really important to be there. So we've had quite a bit of success. So 43% of all Bruins at U17 and U18 attended Churchill Hockey Academy. The higher number is at U18, where it's almost 55% of the skaters attend Churchill Hockey. And I'll just move on. There we go. The Skills Academy model is different. It's not the same as grade 7-8 program. Grade 10 students are on the ice probably like 2 to 3 times a week. Grade 9, they're on about 3 times a week, and then they're doing training off ice where they're doing lifting and strength training. I'm gonna let Mr. Barnes or Matt talk about some of that stuff here, and here's Mr. Barnes right now.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, so I'm just going to talk about the plan for our grade 9 and grade 10 model. So our students will attend the academy every day, but they only skate 2 to 3 times a week. This differs from our grade 7 and 8 model, where they're on the ice 3 to 4 times a week. We still project around 65 hours of on ice. They do go longer into the year, so they're there from September until October, or pardon me, September until May, beginning of June. Players begin 8 a.m. Or around 8 a.m. This allows them to get back in time to get all their required credits in the academic and language programs. There are 2 credits connected with the current plan that we have. One is a Hockey Canadian credit, and the other one is the phys ed credit that they need for grade 9 and grade 10. So we want to work on areas that teams cannot allocate time for. We view the academy as a strong supplement to their winter teams, where so much of the emphasis is on winning and how the team is doing, and sometimes we find that the individual skill is being overlooked. Again, the academy is a separate entity than our high school teams. So right now we have our girls team, and we look forward to having a guys team next year. And of course, our academy would be a different entity than the hockey teams. So we provide a variety of instructors at the grade 9 and 10 level. Myself, Mr. Marnock, and Mr. Friesen, we continue to lead some dry land and some on ice instruction. But Laker Academy, led by Larry Wu, generally leads all of the on ice instruction for the high school program, and our Jets hockey development leads some tactical instruction. So our on ice plan is a little bit different than what our grade 7 and 8 looks like. So Laker Academy, along with ourselves from Churchill and Jets Hockey Development, lead the on-ice instruction. So Jets Hockey Development, they bring in what they're doing with their WHL players that they've worked with. They work on a lot of offensive zone entries, picking the puck up from the boards, different attack angles, plays from below and above the goal line, and just a variety of scenarios or on ice scenarios, where Laker Academy works on a lot of decision making with the puck in different scenarios, trying to create more 2-on-1s, creating turnovers and transitioning to offense. As far as the defensive aspect, they're looking at angling, proper stick position, and their defensive structure. So with that being said, we do try to have smaller groups because so much of this is very tactical. We need to have more one-on-one instruction. So we reduce the group size, which makes it easier for our Jets Hockey Development and Laker Academy to work with them. We do continue to offer individual skill development, but it's at a more advanced and integrated way, with more focus being on the situational play and bringing individual skill to a team game. We are very accommodating with our tryout and playoff times. So at the beginning of the year, we hold the kids off during September off ice. This allows the kids to focus on their tryouts, and so that we found in the past that kids were holding themselves off because they were very concerned about their AAA tryouts. So we don't want to take away their ice time or have their ice time taken away because they choose to stay off ice. So we've just eliminated that, where we focus on more of our off ice stuff. Same thing with playoff times. We spoke with Larry Wu and our Jets hockey development, and they're in agreement that they would like to take time off during kind of mid-February into March, where the kids have a number of games in a very condensed period of time, where with the increased ice time, there could lead to more injuries and fatigue. So at that time, we do eliminate their ice and we focus more on the off-ice plan. Which brings me here. So our off-ice plan is where we introduce more advanced fitness training in an effort to improve their strength, power, mobility, and speed. So we do more weightlifting at this time. We'll do more plyometrics. We bring in instructors for some speed. We focus on some of our recovery, all in an effort to make our kids better athletes and better hockey players. We also introduce more of a multi-sport curriculum, especially in the early parts of the year and later on in the year. We find that in grade 7 and 8, they don't get a chance to play as many sports as other kids. And so to help improve their overall athleticism, we introduce more multi-sport activities and gives them a chance to play some different things. Some of the other courses that we introduce is some nutrition in sports, substance use and abuse in sports, and prevention and care of injuries in our sports psychology. So our nutrition in sport, we look at we want the students to be able to understand Canada's food guide and the importance of proper nutrition prior to and following hockey, as well as how overall nutrition affects athletic performance. Our substance use and abuse looks at substances typically associated with young hockey players.
We seem to have lost him. Maybe Tim wants to go on the other camera in Matt's office.
Okay, I think we had a little bit of technical problems there, but we are back here. So we'll take some questions. We missed some of the PowerPoint, which is okay. What we do want to talk about is the fact that we're hoping to have a guys team next year, along with the girls team next year, and that's another place for them to play. So we're talking about opportunities for our students, and we're trying to create those opportunities here at Churchill. So I'll take a look at questions. Again, for a lot of the questions, I would think just send me an email or talk to me directly. That's great. But if you have questions now that you want me to answer, I can do that as well. One second. Okay, so one big question I've been having is how's that team work? Is it during the day? There will be practices as well outside the day, but there is academy stuff happening too. So you get some time at the academy, but you will get practice time outside of the regular academy as well. Boys hockey is, we would anticipate maybe in the B level division, whereas the girls are in A right now. Again, as the kids get older, we'll anticipate that we'll push them up into the A division as well for the boys. That's our hope and goal. We seem to have a lot of interest in both programs right now, and we hope that we can pull it off and have two teams representing Churchill High School. So the boys team is grade 10, 11, and 12. So we have kids interested in all those grades. There is room for a couple of grade 9 students as well. So we will be allowing or asking kids to try out for who are in grade 9. We'll allow for a couple of spots on that team. Clarify about the AP program. So in grade 9, the actual AP program doesn't matter really what school you are attending. The AP program exams are only happening in grade 12. At that point, we want to have enrichment opportunities to help build up those skill set so you can write those exams better. So eventually, we will have those in place for you. So when you get to grade 10, 11, 12, you are working on courses at an advanced rate or accelerated rate. So you might be taking grade 10 math at the same time you take grade 11 math in the second semester, grade 10 math in the first semester, and so we can push you along in there in order to get to that AP programming. If you have questions, though, like I said, I think most people have been reaching out to me directly, or reaching out to Mr. Barnes. So just feel free to let us know, email us, and we will get in contact with you. We've been talking to the students too, and there seems to be a lot of interest. We don't know that right now we have so much interest at the hockey academy for the high school program that we don't know that we can take everybody. So we ask that when the registration does open up for it, that you apply as soon as possible, because it will be a popular program, I think, for the next couple of years. If nothing further, I will say goodnight and thank you for joining us today, and we will catch you at the rink. Thanks. Bye.